the issue here, and for Pete's benefit as well, the driver for this wasn't people's fear about housing growth originally. With this review is actually about something that's more fundamental than the future. It's actually about people's concerns with the present, and the fact that the geography of Stamford means we have 3 at least GP services who have a catchment area around Stamford or have patients in Stamford. One of those is in a different ICB. The other 2 are in different PCNs. The hospital is run by NWAFT, which isn't funded through Lincolnshire, and 3 GP services were merged into one, which almost immediately got an inadequate rating from the ICB. And all of those things coming together in one meant there was a lot of concern in the town, and there was some very, very strong lobbying before the ICB was created, back with CCG, before I was even elected as a councillor, that we needed a strategic review of how it all hangs together and how it all works, and whether the bureaucracy, if you like, the commissioning arrangements are dysfunctional for the town because of its geographical location and all that goes with that, and the imposition of a monopoly, de facto monopoly GP provider with, at the time, 30,000 registered patients, the largest one in Lincolnshire. So that made Stamford a special case, which is why this was required. So that doesn't come out in Pete's report, which is what I was going to point out to him. Notwithstanding that, in the introduction it says, in 2021, the CCG agreed to review and evaluate the long-term shape of health services in Stamford, which is great. I would then expect a strategic review, which uses independent health service experts from outside the county to come in and look at the things I've just described. All we've got is a public engagement, which is all sorts of inefficiencies going on. I'll quote you one, for example. The one GP service which is actually in Rutland, where many people in Stamford, when the other surgery got the inadequate rating, all jumped across to this other surgery until it changed its catchment area. But a lot of my residents are actually registered with a GP service that is funded through Leicestershire and Rutland. Because of that, they are not allowed to access the out-of-hours GP service that's run at the hospital in Stamford, a few doors away from where they live, which provides an out-of-hours service after 8, Monday to Friday, and at weekends. Because that's funded through Lincolnshire, they are not allowed. This has gone to John Turner, he says there's nothing he can do about it. That's the sort of thing I'm expecting this review to address and hopefully suggest some responses to.